Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to talk about cold emails. If you've not watched my two previous videos on applying to schools and how to apply, please do so. All right, so today's topic is on cold emails. We're going to talk about what they are, when you need them, and how to draft them. So first, what are cold emails? Cold emails are generally emails to people that you don't have any connection or any prior relationship with. So, bottom line, the person doesn't know you, you really don't know the person, and you're sending the person an email. Okay, so that is cold. There is no warmth in there. Anyway, just kidding. Now, when do you need it? It will surprise you to know that there are a lot of universities, a lot of programs that do not require you to have a professor, or even, yeah, they do not require you to have a professor before they will give you admission with funding. In fact, there are a lot of programs, especially even in chemistry, biochemistry, and other sciences, that actually tell you upfront that you do not need to establish any connection with a professor, because this is what they do. Most of those programs, their admissions come with funding. So the funding is not coming from the professor themselves. The funding is in the department, okay, or is in their research centers. And what they do is once they admit you, they allow you to do rotation in the various labs with the different professors. And after doing a rotation around the labs, or in the labs in the university or in the department, then based on the rotations you've done and your interactions with the professors, then you proceed to choose a professor. So this even comes after maybe your first year, because in your first year, you most likely just be doing coursework anyway. So that first year, you are allowed to rotate around labs and then choose your professor for your research. So if you're applying to those schools and you are sending cold emails to professors in those schools, more likely than not, they will not respond, because you do not even, they do not need to respond to you. And what it means is that you've not even done very good research about the department you're applying to. So that is the first thing. Know whether the school requires you to even reach out to professors before you even do. Okay, I've met someone who spent a lot of time sending emails to professors. They were not responding. She was also not even applying to those schools. She was just waiting to get a response from a professor before she, you know, proceeded to apply, and they were not responding. And I later drew her attention to the fact that some of the schools that she's targeting do not even require her to have a professor before they admit her. So she should just go ahead and apply. Let's say you've done your research, you're applying to school A, B, C, and their admission does not come with funding. And so you're reaching out to professors to ask them if they have any graduate assistantships or research assistantships that they can give you. But one thing you want to do is that when the cold email, you want to keep it short and sweet. Why? Because these professors receive tons and tons and tons of emails every day, especially around this time that everybody is applying to school. And also try as much as possible not to use chat GPT. And this is because, remember, a lot of people are reaching out to the same professor. If you use chat GPT, chances that your cold email is going to look almost the same as 9 out of 10 emails is very likely. So try and be authentic as much as possible. Okay, so let's say I'm using myself as an example. I got into a direct PhD program, right? So let's say at the time I was reaching out to a professor, I only had my bachelor's degree. And so I'm going to reach out to this professor based on what I had done as at the time that I had my bachelor's degree and I wanted to do a PhD program. Okay. And also, let's just assume that my younger self is writing to Professor Ohimen Intiamwa, aka Dr. Onji. So, first, subject. You'll be surprised that students trying to reach out to professors send emails without subject. Never do that. Okay, so always make sure that your email has a subject. So here I'm titling my subject as inquiry about potential master's or PhD position in your research lab for fall 2025. That is my subject. You can put anything along this line, inquiry into PhD opportunities in your research group, anything like that for fall 2025 or for spring 2025. Be as specific as possible so that when the professor opens your email, your subject directly tells him or her what you're looking for. All right, now salutation. You'll be surprised, and this is from experience because I have colleagues who are assistant professors now. I have professors that we talk about these things. One of my professors had an email from a student, prospective student, that said, "Dear Sir or Madam." Yes, you're writing a cold email to a professor and you titled it "Dear Sir or Madam," and it immediately meant that you had not done your research. You are just sending generic cold emails to everybody. And so nobody is going to pay attention to it. So be as specific as possible. Say, "Dear Dr. Himen Intiamwa." When I read "Dear Dr. Himen Intiamwa," I know you are in the right place, as in this email is actually targeting me. So, dear Dr. Himen Intiamwa, I hope this email finds you well. My name is Juliet Smith, and I recently graduated with my bachelor's in environmental science, and I'm writing to inquire about potential master's or PhD opportunities in your lab for fall 2025. And let me pause here. There are professors that, if you have your bachelor's and you're looking for a graduate program, there are professors that sometimes have master's and PhD positions. When you reach out to them and you want to know if they have masters, you're interested, if they have PhD, you're interested, feel free to say masters or PhD. But if you're specifically looking for PhD, then you just make a PhD. Okay, here I'm just using masters and PhD together. So that's the first paragraph, very straight to the point. Then the next paragraph, as part of my research on schools and programs to apply to, I have spent time on Google Scholar to search for professors working in the area of resource recovery from wastewater. Through my research, I found out that your recent paper on using anaerobic co-digestion to increase renewable energy generation from wastewater biosolids and organic waste strongly aligns with my research interest. So I decided to have something in there about how I even found the professor. I think it's good. It's different. Not many people do it. So even letting the professor know how you found him or her, I think will be a good thing. It's all adds to the authenticity. Okay. If a friend mentioned him to you, if you chanced on him on LinkedIn, say something like that. That is something that ChatGPT will not pick up, right? So touch on something like that. And then I talk about the fact that, this particular paper that I saw, the topic that he's working on is of interest to me. Okay. Now, look at what I do as well. I say that as someone from a developing country, researching on a technology at the nexus of sanitation and renewable energy is fascinating and will set me on the path to contribute to improved environmental sustainability in my country and other developing countries. So I'm just adding up to it that, this is my reason, this is my motivation for being interested in that research topic. This is also something that is quite unique or authentic that many people do not even include. I'm putting in there my motivation, why I'm interested in this topic. Now, you can have different reasons why you're interested in the topic. Like you can just add something else that adds up to it to show that you're really, truly interested in this topic. All right, so then you go on. So you've established the fact that you've seen the person's research area and you're interested in it. You've added why you're interested in it. Then you're going to add, what else you're bringing to the table, or you're going to add some experiences or skills that you think have, prepared you, that you are willing to contribute to the success of this professor's research efforts. Okay, so that is what the third paragraph is going to be. So I'm saying, during my undergraduate studies, I undertook courses in environmental engineering, such as wastewater treatment and waste management, which equipped me with fundamental knowledge in the field of resource recovery. I also did internships with Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, where I acquired wet lab skills such as sample preparation, pipetting, colorimetric instrument operation, data collection, and analysis. I am eager to bring these skills and my enthusiasm to contribute to your research efforts and to also acquire advanced research skills in your esteemed lab. I would love to join your research group. So, this is the conclusion. I would love to join your research group and would appreciate if you can let me know if you are accepting students for fall 2025. I have attached my CV and will be happy to answer any questions you may have or to discuss further with you at your convenience. Looking forward to hearing from you. Sincerely, Juliet Smith. And so this is a cold email that I think will stand out, and you don't need to copy everything, but essentially this is the structure that you want to have. Hesitate slowly in using ChatGPT. Be your authentic self. Just follow this paragraph. First, in summary, introduce yourself. And in introducing yourself, directly mention that you are writing to express your interest in joining the person's lab. Then go ahead to talk about the person's research and why you're interested in joining the person's lab. Okay. And then, third paragraph, you talk about all the things that you are willing to contribute to the person's lab, all the experiences you've had that, will be valuable or will be useful to this person's lab. And then sign off nicely saying that, you appreciate the person's time and you hope that the person will let you know if they have any available opportunities, and you are willing to answer any questions and discuss. If you send cold emails to 20 professors, don't expect to hear from all of them. Most of the time, maybe out of the 20, 10 may not be accepting students. So the person will not respond to you. Not that your email was bad or not that you're not good enough, but the person will probably not be accepting students. And don't worry if you don't hear from many of them. All you need is one or two professors who are interested in your unique background and in your unique skills. And so don't be discouraged at all. It's hard for all of us to respond to all emails or inquiries and DMs and all of that. So just keep pushing. And I think, at the appropriate time, as you keep doing, all you need is that opportunity to reach that right person who is absolutely fascinated by your background and your expertise. All right, so I hope this was helpful. And if it was, do like, share, comment below, and see you in the next video. Bye.